Hello, everybody. Welcome to JuliaCon. We are so happy you're here for the first in-person JuliaCon in 4 years and the 10th annual JuliaCon. So before we get into things, I just wanted to go down the memory lane a little bit. Just wanted to say there are many things to celebrate this year. As I said, 10 years of JuliaCon. We started off in 2014 at Chicago at the Gleacher Center. I couldn't find a picture from there, but I'm told there are around 80 attendees, so 80 early adopters of the language. And I love this cartoon map. I don't know who made this, but this is an awesome cartoon map. Next, we moved back to our home, MIT. Well, one of the homes. Julia is international, of course, but one of the homes, MIT, and we were about 200 strong. So you can see a picture here. You can try and spot yourself if you've attended from 2015. I can spot myself somewhere around here. I look so different. Anyway, so we moved to 2017. That's the sort of steady increase here, so around 300. 2018 at London, which I really, really enjoyed. I'd never been to Europe prior to that. That was awesome. So we grew to around 350, 360. And then at Baltimore, we grew to nearly 400. And so you sort of really saw that this is around the 1.0 time, right? And then, the language was really, really starting to grow. And this year, of course, actually, before I mentioned that, we had like 3 virtual conferences in between, of course, because of the pandemic. We had over 20,000 registrations for one of the conferences. So that really sort of tells you how we've grown as a community. But then now we're in our first in-person conference in 4 years, and we are 560 strong. But we have more reasons to celebrate. This year's ASC 60, a conference that celebrates Professor Alan Edelman's 60th birthday. So ASC 60 is co-hosted with JuliaCon, so you'll find the ASC 60 talks on our schedule. So if you go online and look and click on the schedule, you'll be able to find the ASC 60 talks. They start from tomorrow. Do ask at the attendee desk how you can access them. Please check out the program, and you can find the program at the website. There are some awesome talks there. And if you are so inclined, I'm sure that they would love joining us or hosting us for those talks. What else? We celebrated 10 years of Julia last year, of course, but this is the first time we can all celebrate it together in person. And so if you haven't, please check out this really, really moving blog post on the Julia language community, on the Julia language blog, where we have testimonials from over 100 people, I think, telling people, explaining why they still use Julia today. And finally, here's a blog post you shouldn't check out. I wrote this in 2016. It's a long time ago now. 2015 was my first JuliaCon, although I didn't write a blog post about that. I don't know why. Maybe I couldn't write. But there was one little nugget in there which I really enjoyed. And this is the note I sort of wanted to start the conference on. We're essentially a group of individuals, from different time zones in different parts of the world that are coming together to drive a revolution in technical and scientific computing. And I think we have a lot to be proud of just in that fact. This is a noble endeavor, and I'm glad that we're all here to pursue it together. On that note, I'd like to start JuliaCon. Actually, I do have a few announcements. Okay, so the first announcement, this is the somewhat boring part, so bear with me, but please listen carefully. Please don't bring any food in any of the classrooms. MIT has mice, and we would like to use the classrooms for 3 days. So, we don't want to ruin the conference experience with mice. So please don't bring any food in there. Coffee and drinks are fine. Make sure to check the schedules online, but do check the registration desk. There are sort of very useful leaflets over there, as well as, a bunch of volunteers who can guide you around. The conference happens at 3 different locations. So this is one of those locations. There's also the ground floor of Stata where you just came from, and the 4th floor of the Stata Center. Okay? And how do you get to the 4th floor? There are 2 flights of stairs, and there are 2 sets of elevators. And we can point you to where those stairs and elevators are. Okay. Next. Let's see. Next, we will have food trucks today. So, food trucks will have food available for purchase. They are parked right outside Stata Center. We'll point you in the direction, during lunch. Another note is, please do not go anywhere else in the Stata Center except the ground floor and the 4th floor, because this is an active workplace. We don't want to disturb poor graduate students who are trying to graduate. Okay. If you're interested in volunteering for next year's JuliaCon, please come find us, of course. There will be a poster session today, and there will be appetizers, that are served during the poster session. That'll be on the 4th floor of the Stata Center, so where the Star and Kiva rooms are. Okay. And the final thing I wanted to say before I hand it off to Viral is I have a bunch of people to thank. Firstly, I really wanted to thank all my colleagues in the organizing committee. They've done a phenomenal job just to put all of this together. I think, this is nothing short of remarkable. I also would love to thank the AV people, lots of MIT affiliates and MIT people we need to thank, including our generous video streaming people, MIT AV, the MIT Copy Tech who printed our posters, MIT Facilities who helped us organize all of this together with all of the equipment, the tables, the easels, and whatnot. Who else? And MIT itself for letting us host the conference, right? So a lot of folks to thank. Also, actually, first and foremost, I also would love to thank the sponsors. Our platinum sponsors, Julia Hub. Our gold sponsors, ASML. Our silver sponsors, Pumas AI, QERA, and Relational AI. And Mr. Jeffrey Sanoff. Who has been contributing to JuliaCon for a number of years, since as far as I can remember, maybe 2015, 2016. This is awesome. Our bronze sponsors, Jolin.io, Beacon Biosignals, MIT CSAIL, and Boeing. Our academic partner, the Polish National Agency for Academic Exchange, and our local partner, Postmates, who, by the way, are giving out a free coupon for $25 to all of our attendees. The code is multiple dispatch. All you need to do is download the Postmates. Postmates app and order within the Boston area, and you get a free meal. All right. I think. We also want to thank our fiscal host, NumFocus. What else is there to announce? There are one of the tracks changes rooms every day. I'm not going to tell you which one. It's a surprise. So what I'd recommend you guys do is keep checking that schedule for where the room is and go to said room. You'll get used to it. Trust me. It might take you a while, but you'll get used to it. But yes, one of the tracks do change rooms every day. So make sure you're in the right room. All right. On that note, I would like to hand it off to Viral, the Julia co-creator. Would like to say a few words before we get started with our program. Thank you.
I'll echo what Ranjan said. It's so great to see everyone here, and this is the biggest crowd I've seen in forever. I found the oldest JuliaCon T-shirt I could find, and I believe it's 2017. I wonder if anyone has an older one. The only thing I wanted to sort of step up here and say is that this conference would not have been possible without the incredible hard work of the organizing committee. And I'd just like to, point out all the committee members and have a round of applause for them. So Ranjan, first and foremost, as the executive chair of the conference, this all would not have come together without Ranjan. So, I mean, you all know who Ranjan is. So. We got, Katie here, who's been tirelessly organizing the schedules. Is Katie in the room, or she might be at the registration desk? So one of our tireless volunteers. Michael Herbst, probably also at the registration desk. Michael has been the program chair. Thank you. So there we go, Michael. We got Mark Kitty-Sopikul and Avik as finance chairs. It's the conference is becoming more and more expensive to run. As everyone noticed, the tickets have been more expensive, but they've done a phenomenal job rounding up the sponsors and keeping costs as low as possible. So a round of applause for them. Oscar Dawson has been, is Oscar in the room? Oscar's been a tremendous pillar for keeping the jump track going in every JuliaCon. It's kind of like a mini conference, so he has to pretty much do all of the roles for that. So, round of applause for Oscar. We got Kevin O'Brien and Stephen Kell, who've been manning all our social media properties. Every time you see a mention online, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, it's one of them. And if you see something like that, tweet, repost it, reshare it, hit all the buttons on any JuliaCon post or Julia Lang post. So round of applause for social media chairs. We've had Pablo Zubiera, who's been managing the website, and is Pablo here? Also, probably, unfortunately, all the committee members are at the registration desk, but oh yes, Pablo, thanks. And we have Ray Kimmerer, who has tirelessly wrangled with all the local arrangements at the conference, and is also continuing to wrangle things as we speak. This has been extremely smooth and way smoother than any past JuliaCon, and it's a credit to the committee. So final round of applause for Ray.